Hey world, it's Ben when to come back to another video. Fam, I want to come back with this thanks for not giving day video, because if you think about the title of the video, it says thanks for not giving video. Why? Because we've been in a so-called pandemic since like January, right? The whole year. And the government has given, what, $1,200 in the stimulus check? Even though businesses are shutting down, even with this so-called Thanksgiving holiday, they limited gatherings to 7. A lot of these states, the governors were saying they was going to arrest people for having gatherings with more than 7 people. Think about that. They did this already with the mandated masks, with the shutdown, with the stay-at-home order, which you can't travel, you got to stay at home. What did it do? Nothing. And they trying to institute the same things they instituted this past year, several months ago, to actually work. If it didn't work several months ago, and you guys are like, wasn't even like giving us a choice. You said, hey, no, put your mask on, stay at home. You can't go to work. What happened to the numbers? Shouldn't the numbers have went down? But now you say there's a COVID vaccination. And I promise you, if people are taking a flu shot every year, then how effective is a flu shot? It's going to be the same thing with the COVID. The COVID-19 vaccination is going to be something that they institute that you have to take every year. I promise you. Watch what happens. Think about this. Those that take a flu shot, remember, it's a vaccination, an immunization. Once you take it, you should be good. Have you ever heard of taking chickenpox vaccinations every year? Or the measles vaccination every year? Huh? No. You dig? But we're so cognitively dissonant. How, as individuals, we can't see this? All of these people dying, no funerals. What are bodies? It's really ridiculous, family. And I just want to say before I get up out of here, guys, this thanks for not giving day, holiday, is an opportunity for you to pay yourself first. Because please don't just rely on putting your money in the banks. I had one of my family members ask me about, well, what do I do about 401ks? You know, if I can't put the money in 401k, what do I do with it? Family, there are other options out there. Open up your IRA, an individual retirement account, a traditional, because that way you can get, a tax deduction at the end of the year based on your income. Or you can do a Roth IRA where you pay taxes on it every year, but then when you're 59 and a half years old and you get that money out, you got all that money stacked up. Imagine at the age of 30, 35 or younger, you open up your IRA and you contribute to it every year. Because remember, you have about $6,500 to $6,000 you can contribute every year. And if you're making under $65,000, $7,000 a year, $70,000 a year, that $6,000 that you contribute to that traditional, it's a tax write-off. That's $6,000 in taxes that you can write off. Okay? High interest accounts. Ally. Other high interest online banking. Family, please don't be so infatuated with mortar banks, because you can walk in there. Look what they're giving you for your savings account interest. Peanuts. Okay? So there are certain things you can do with your money to kind of protect your capital. RAs, okay? U.S. Treasuries. Family, please don't sleep on U.S. Treasuries. And what is a U.S. Treasury? That's what you basically loaning the government your money. And you loan your money in U.S. Treasury bonds, U.S. Treasury bills, and U.S. Treasury notes. And they all have a maturity date. And so if you put $5,000 in a U.S. Treasury bond, bill, or note, well, at the end of that maturity, you're going to have your $5,000 plus interest. And U.S. Treasuries are paying you way more than these banks are paying you. So why not take advantage? You did? Pay yourself first. Don't just give your money to these commercial individuals. Don't be a commercial slave. Like, this is Friday, Black Friday. Why black? You know why? Because you're giving up your money. Okay? And so, just to recap, this Thanks for Not Giving Day and this Thanks for Not Giving weekend should be an eye-opening experience for you guys to even actually have the audacity to talk about Black Friday and all this kind of stuff when millions of people lost their jobs, millions of people have lost their homes, all right? Hundreds of thousands of people are in food bank lines. Michael Jordan, of course, he contributed $2 million to Feed America, tax write-off. And so, in order to avoid putting yourself in that type of situation where you're one of the ones that, lose your home because you don't have the capital to pay your rent or whatnot when you lose your job, family, pay yourself first now. And there are 3 ways you can do it. U.S. Treasury bonds, bills, and notes, high yield interest accounts, okay? And then IRAs, individual retirement accounts, either traditional or Roth, okay? There should be no excuse or no reason why, after years, you don't see your capital, grow. But you got to pay yourself first. And don't sleep, of course, on HSAs, health savings account, because that's money. If you don't have any pre-existing medical conditions, then that's money that's building up interest and compounding interest every year. And so when you get to a certain age, that's money that's going to be yours. And so you won't have an excuse for not having the capital. Okay? So I just want to come back with a little food for thought, family. Thank you for joining me. In the meantime, between time, in the most high side to bring you joy and being what is out of 5,000.